Hi everybody, Rick here. I just wanted to give you a very brief overview of how we think the 10 Things campaign can work for people that are in a supportive environment, for family members that want people that are caring for their loved ones to know more about them as individuals, not just their clinical presentation, or pathology or psychopharmacology or whatever, but just really to understand more about the person. So essentially, this would be linked by QR or NFC to pendants, key rings, sticker QRs, etc., 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 or can be accessed by the carer directly through the telephone. So this is kind of how it works.
Thanks for looking after Mum. We really appreciate everything you can do for her. Just always be obviously patient with her. Sometimes, obviously, elderly people aren't the easiest to look after.
So you can repose individual videos directly to carers. You can obviously talk about things that that individual has as terms of preferences. So for argument's sake, the idea of 10 things is we at least want people to be able to repose 10 things that that family member loves and dislikes. So for argument's sake, you would be able to click here and go, okay, 10 things Mum dislikes, ideas for overcoming, becomes agitated with sudden routine changes, play Frank Sinatra or a cup of Earl Grey tea, etc., etc. But you can see the idea of being able to repose really just 10 things that she might find difficult and increase anxiety and so on. We've created this as an example for someone in an elder support environment. Obviously, we can upload images, videos, audio, and so on and so forth. So a little bit about her sister. Pets, things that she used to really be keen on being involved in, CWA, etc., etc., etc. Maybe a bit of biography, which would be really a lovely thing for someone that's providing support to be able to understand. Look, born in 1935, grew up in Armidale, etc., etc. None of this is contingent. It's not all mandatory, obviously. Things like information about her experience as a youngster. She loved ballet, performed in local productions, etc. Because we can embed third-party content here, one of the really interesting things is that we can utilize external, or we can coalesce external material, video, audio, etc. And so things like here, hey, Mum's an avid bird watcher. So, again, if she's potentially agitated or in a period of anxiety, this is having all of this information in one place is incredibly useful. So the ability to go, okay, look, so Mum is avid bird watcher. So please click here to show us some, right? So very straightforward, goes directly to that specific web page. So, and then you can sit there and talk to her about different birds and so on and so forth. Audio, we have the ability to embed audio here as well. So.
Hi everybody, it's Rick here. I just wanted you to know about Mum that she really loves hot chocolate before she goes to bed at night time. She may not be able to verbalise it, but yeah, she really has always loved it.
So stories, anecdotes, having the other family members being able to coalesce content. Again, the ability to embed third-party content. So we've talked about ways to decrease anxiety or create an environment where understanding more about the person gives the opportunity to provide, obviously the most holistic degree of care. So one of the things that we had in that list of 10 things was if Mum becomes very anxious, a cup of Earl Grey tea is good, or her favorite music, right, which is Frank Sinatra. So embedded in here, we can go directly to links. So the family member can put in either audio, they can link to YouTube, as we've done here.
We will now do the national anthem, but you needn't rise.
But the ability to have effectively all of that kind of stuff that we think is important for someone to know about, someone that we care for, that's being supported in one place. Now you can see none of this information is clinical at all. It's all about Mum's biography, her interests, her preferences. She only really likes sleeping on the left-hand side. She's becomes very anxious at loud noises, whatever it is. But so you can see that even in a small amount of content, effectively, there's a huge amount of interaction and knowledge base that we can gain from that person that we're supporting or is being supported. Completely different from understanding the clinical side of care. So yeah, look, I just wanted to kind of put this together and show it as an example of what can be done. Obviously, could also be done for people living with disability. It could be used for people living in hospital, for argument's sake, with a physiological condition or undergoing treatment, for other conditions. Hey, look, these are the things are really important to know if you're caring or supporting, someone that I love, a family member. And so anyhow, we think it's going to be really interesting, and we're very happy to put it together and get it out there for people to be able to use.